Yo, I like to know what's in other people's camera bags, so today we're going to talk about what's in my camera bag. Up first, I'm shooting on the Sony A7 Mark IV. That's the camera body that I'm using right now to film this with. So obviously I can't show it to you, but it's here. It's right there. Connected to that is the Sony 20mm f1.8 G series lens. Super sharp. I love how wide it is. That lens almost always stays on my camera body, and if I need a little extra reach and want that 35 look, I'll just hit my custom map button to go into super 35 mode, which will do this, and then it gives me this, which is a 30mm equivalent. Just gives that little bit of extra reach, and I like that about the A7 IV. You can vlog with it at arm's length like I'm doing right now, even though it's on a tripod so that I can talk with my hands. Connected to that 20mm is a Moment Cinebloom 10% filter. It lives there. It does not come off for anything. Right now there's also a variable ND filter on there as well, just for the video work. And then I'm using a Takstar SGC 600 microphone. It's a little shotgun mic. It's like 35 bucks I think on Amazon, and it's powered by AA's, and as you can tell, pretty decent audio quality for $35. I dig it. Moving on to another lens. This here is the Dispo lens. This is essentially a disposable camera lens on an E-mount body cap. In this case, I ordered this off of Etsy. Someone actually 3D printed this body cap and then drilled the hole and put a disposable lens on it, and 3D printed this nice little fancy DL lens cap for it. You can get some really interesting results with this. I think I'm gonna do a full video where this is the only thing that I use, so that's coming in the near future. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see that. Then we have this lens right here. This big bad lad is the Sigma 85mm f1.4. This is the DGDN, so I believe that's the second generation of this lens, if I remember correctly. It's awesome. It's hefty, it's sharp. Also, if you see that right there, Moment Cinebloom 10%, again, lives on it, doesn't come off. I used to use this lens a lot, but I don't use it very often anymore, and it sucks because I don't have anything in between 20 and 85. Aside from the Dispo lens, I'd like to get the new Sony 24-50 in the near future. Yeah, why don't you get the 24-70? You get more reach, all that. Because I want it to be smaller and lighter weight. If I get to 50 and I want more, I'll go into super 35 mode and go to 75. It's gonna reduce the image quality a little bit, but most of the time my stuff just goes on socials anyways, so what I have is already overkill, to be honest. Next up, we have a fully manual APS-C lens. This is the 7 Artisans 7.5mm f2.8. So if you don't shoot with this, I'll give you an example here really quick. So I'm not worried about focus right now because this is a fully manual lens and it's a little bit dark in here. But this is what it will look like shooting full frame. You can see my shotgun mic up here. When you don't shoot like this and you use it in APS-C mode, it will give you a look like this, which is pretty cool. I like how wide this is. Really nice diagonal fisheye look. Yeah, it warps things, but it's a fisheye. That's what fisheyes do. They warp things. They're great for filming skateboarding. 120 bucks-ish. Fun to use. Obviously doesn't work in full frame, but if you have like a A6500, it's the move. Next up is the newest lens that I bought. This is another fisheye. This is the Mikey. This M-E-I-K-E, however you pronounce that. 6.5mm f2. This one actually goes to f22. And this one's a circular fisheye, so this will actually give you the full circle. I've only done a few test shots with this. I haven't really filmed with it, but so far I like this lens a lot, and it's going to be a lot of fun to shoot skateboarding with, and it'll be a lot of fun to shoot my friends' bands with. Let's toss it on the camera really quick so I can show you what it's like. This is in full frame on video, so it's not bad. It is designed to be a crop sensor lens. Again, I'm not sure how focus is on this right now because I'm not worried about it. But this is not the ideal mic to use, and you can still see the dead cat when I use my other little shotgun mic. Just a little guy. Rode Video Micro. Growing up skateboarding, this was the move into crop sensor mode, how it's designed to be used. You can still see the shotgun mic there. It does trim a little bit of the circle at the top and bottom just because video shoots in 16:9, so it cuts that a little bit, where in photos this full circle actually comes right to the edge of the screen, because your photos are using the full sensor. They're using 2x3, where video is using 16:9, so shortens it a little bit. So that's all my lenses, my camera body. My other little shotgun mic is the Rode Video Micro. This one is, I think it's a $50 mic. I could be wrong. I bought this one a while ago. It's got decent audio quality. I just prefer the Takstar because it's got a few extra features on it, even though it's a cheaper mic, but it's not as high end of a brand. Let's talk flash really quick because I occasionally use flash. I only have this right here, one speed light, Godox V860 Mark III. The S is for Sony, I believe. So the Hashu is made for Sony. Self-explanatory. Great little flash. And then when we are going off camera with it, I use this Godox X Pro trigger. Really simple to use. My biggest complaint with this is the hot shoe mount, which was actually a fault on this as well. I actually replaced this with this metal one because the plastic one, I went to put it onto my camera one day and it just went foom. The hot shoe was just stuck in there. It came right off. The OE one is plastic, and this replacement was 20 bucks on Amazon, and it's a metal one, and it's way more solid, and I've used my flash more after replacing this than I did before it broke off. So I highly recommend just buying one and having it on hand for when it breaks, because it will break. As for this hot shoe mount is a little snug, so sometimes when I'm trying to take a photo, it's not triggering, but I can have them synced up, and I'll do the test trigger and it'll go off, and then I'll shoot a photo and it won't go off, and it's just because I don't have this quite all the way up there. It seems like it is because it's so tight in there, but you just got to give it a little extra. Not the end of the world, but annoying. Other than that, we've got cheap polarizers for shooting through windows, shooting cars, that sort of thing. Polarizers help the paint look really good, cuts the reflections out of the windows, windshield, etc. VNDs are just great to keep that natural motion blur with video, or to do a long exposure during the day, which I really don't do, but you can. And then the other mic option that I have here is the newer, I've heard it pronounced both ways, CM28 lav mic. These are comparable to the DJI lav mics, but they are a third of the price. So if you want to be bougie, DJI, these things are pretty damn good. They're not being used for the audio in this video, but I have used them in previous videos, so you can go and check those out. So that's what's in my camera bag. What's in your camera bag? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what your favorite lens is. Let me know what lens you really want to get or you would love to try out. And if you want to see me do a photography video where I shoot photos with nothing but this Dispo lens, hit that subscribe button. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.